So, yes, please tell me about yourself.
Hello, I am Anmol Murthy.
Your your voice is. Can you correct it? Just one.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, please tell me.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So I am Anmol Kishirwani,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a backend developer with
Mm-hmm.
years experience. And I have worked with multiple frameworks. Currently, I'm working with Node.js,
Mm-hmm.
Web.io framework, and I
Mm-hmm.
have also worked with Java.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the database servers I work with is MySQL,
Mm-hmm.
MongoDB, Elasticsearch, and Oracle DB also.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Okay, that's it only. So
Yes.
you are using MongoDB and MySQL database, right?
Yes.
So my first question: why needed MongoDB in your application? Can
Yeah.
you give the
So,
idea about that?
yeah. Sure. Sure. So, in my application, is the application I work in, they basically required a database through which on which we can store logs, logs of multiple email logs or some outgoing API logs, outgoing and incoming API request response logs, and the logs can be of different format and different structure, right? So we need some we need a database on which we can store logs of different format. Means there is uh, the, could not be tabular structure where the number of columns are definite. Okay, so that is why we use MongoDB because it's not no
So here I have my
database.
question. Here I
Yeah.
have my question because of you are storing logs data and other data in
Yes.
the MongoDB in some different kind of format, right?
Yes.
So same kind of format we can use in MySQL.
So, but actually, in MySQL we can use that. Okay, but for when they are when different database have different type of uh, different functionalities, and we have come with like MongoDB is better because uh, the form because the collection for framework, which means we can store uh, non-tabular type of data
Mm-hmm.
correctly there. Okay, so yeah, that is why we used MongoDB, and in MySQL we basically store data which in tabular format. We have definite number of columns and yeah, that uh,
So
it's a tabular structure.
okay, so suppose you want to you have number of logs in MongoDB. So how do you find out which log is required from MongoDB? What basis you search?
Currently, uh, if you are currently in my system, we use that uh, we use the MongoDB as a data dump. So all kinds of logs are present there only. Means whenever uh, uh, maybe we don't have to dump the logs anywhere, and whenever there is a space issue, we can move that particular collection to S3. Okay, and we can use first strategy according to date on that. Okay.
No, that is okay. That is okay. Suppose you daily email and some request and response number of request and response is generated daily, suppose 2000, 5000, or 1 lakh.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to search out, suppose someone is tell you check the log of this appropriate time, our system was have some issue.
Mm. Mm.
So
Yeah, sure.
how do find that for the particular time stamp logs data from the MongoDB?
So, whenever there is when that is that we need to query for some particular log, okay,
Mm-hmm.
for particular uh, uh, entry, then we can we what we particular we basically use is a client, MongoDB client, and we can put a query in that JSON format which it accepts. Okay,
So
and we can get that. You know,
you write query in JSON format or as a MySQL type.
so currently we whenever we need to fetch the log now, we use MongoDB Compass. It's a client. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and there we can basically put that query. It has a particular format of query, and
Mm-hmm.
we put that query and then fetch that particular log means, in whichever query we need.
You are finding data from MongoDB. So you are
Correct.
looking in the backend only, right?
No, actually, I'm directly accessing the data in the MongoDB server through a client. But I can fetch the data on through backend also. Means I can use a console of my backend application using which I can fetch the data from that MongoDB model also. But
Mm-hmm.
I think means currently fetching the data through client is more feasible for any person because using a client it fetches data in a more structured format and
Mm-hmm.
it gives it and we can you can export that also in
Mm-hmm.
CSV or JSON means we have cases where those login logs and other details are required by our data analyst and they ask us for that data and then we can export that data in JSON or CSV format and then provide it to that person.
Okay, 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 okay. So that features are having MongoDB, right?
Right. Yeah, we do have that features in MongoDB Compass. That is a client. Okay, but also we means there are multiple cases where I've been asked to generate that it means utilize that log data and then generate CSV in a particular format. So I've written some scripts and API using that we can fetch the data from those logs and then export it on a CSV and then
Okay,
yeah make
okay,
that CSV downloadable.
okay,
So
sufficient,
user can download
sufficient.
from front end.
Yeah, sufficient, not a problem.
Okay,
So, suppose you are using MySQL.
okay.
So, which scenario you are using View? You have any idea?
Pardon, can you repeat your question?
Which scenario need to be used View? View table.
View table.
View, huh? Yes.
Can you spell that? Is it DEW or um,
No, V for victory, VIEW, View.
okay,
Hmm.
view table?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you are asking about VIEW views
Yes, yes.
of MySQL.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so so I have I mean small uh, knowledge of views because we basically don't actively use views, but I have knowledge of view that we basically uh, write a particular query,
Mm-hmm.
a complete query using which we can fetch that complete data from one particular or multiple tables and expose it in a view and
Mm-hmm.
and that view has the data in a particular format which
Mm.
on which a user wants it. Okay, and yeah, that is means the data on the view can be joins of multiple different tables and
So,
uh,
what is the
yeah.
advantage?
One advantage of view is that you don't have to uh, loop through you don't have to query through multiple tables. You can get all the data because you can just fix the query behind the view and then get all the data on the one go. Okay.
Yes. So, it will improve the performance. Suppose you are using joins, number of joins in your code.
Yes.
Rather than you can write in view the number of joins in the one virtual table. So it will be improve the performance if you call directly view in the your Java code.
Yes. Yes. You don't
Improve
have
or
to.
not?
Yeah. You don't have to write queries multiple. I mean SQL queries multiple times, and you can
Hmm.
just invoke a view, and then
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Okay.
get them on the way.
So means what means you can write number of joins 5, 10, 11. How much tables you want to write a join. So same is that joins you can put in view. So Vue will provide a virtual database table. So this is the filtered data.
Yes.
Inside you want to filter, just you can write where or something in the your query in
Yes.
Java query. So this is
Yes.
the provide the better performance comparison to the join query in the Java code.
Yes, and we can also avoid, like you said, we can also avoid some columns which we don't need. Yes, we can avoid those columns.
Okay. So in Java, you have used Java 8 version.
Uh, yes, actually, I have worked with Java uh, 8 years. And the framework which I have experience in Java, but the framework which I worked is Android. But I have backend developer experience in Node.js. Okay.
No, so Android you are using. So Android is also taking Java 8 version or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so doesn't matter. So okay, I will ask a small question from the core Java instead of Java 8. So in core Java, you know static method.
Yes.
Inside the static method can be called instance variable or not.
We can call uh, instance variables,
Instance
but
variable, suppose you have in class public int age equal to 10 and have a method public static void get.
avoid that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Inside the body of this method, I want to call age equal to 20
Okay.
because of
That
a we have already defined in out of method,
automatic. Yes.
but
Yes. It means
this variables have a instance variable. Okay,
yes.
so that thing can be right.
Uh, no, actually, we instance variable needs to for accessing the instance variable we need an instance, right? We need an object
Hmm.
for which that particular uh, variable copy is there. Means, like we need to access A, then we can create an object and then object of that particular class and then access this particular variable A using that object, like object dot uh, A, and that would refer to that
No, no,
copy
no,
of
no
that.
object not. I'm just not telling the object or anything. Directly we can call or not.
No, it will show some error that you can't access non-static variables using inside a static method.
So in instance method we can call static method. No, 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 no. Question is wrong. Just I am repeating again.
Yeah, sure.
In instance method we can call static variable.
In instance method means non-static method. We, are you asking that can we call static variable? Is this the
Static
question?
variable, yes.
Yes, we can call static variable because static variable has only one copy for all the instances, and we
Hmm.
can edit that on instance
Okay,
variable.
okay, great, great. So what is difference between uh, what is sorry encapsulation abstraction is different thing. What is the difference between abstract class and interface?
Can you please repeat the question again?
Abstract
Abstract
class and interface.
abstract class and an interface.
Yes.
Uh, so basically, I've read about it, but yeah, I even use interface. So basically, abstract. Both of the methods have quite similar uh, functional views. Like for both, we can define the method there, and we have to use it on a child another class which uh, extends or implements that interface or class. Abstract class uh,
I think you are using JPA something like the daily basis. So you can give the example,
Uh,
right? Because of you are a coder. So all real time experience you have, you can give the example while taking time.
but actually, I have more means uh, actually I have more experience. Currently, I'm working on Node.js, so it's not a
Hmm.
problem. I can learn Java. I can start working on Java. Used to work.
So,
But for this very inside question means I actually
okay, okay.
missed a
Means
bit.
this is out of scope, right? So,
Actually,
okay, no problem. Because of uh, after class, if we have some common necessary informations, right? Common necessary information is required to use in whole application. Okay, just to give
okay,
example. So that common information you can write in abstract class,
okay, okay. Means we can
and
define it.
you can extend to all classes if required. I am not telling you call in all classes. If required, so you can call in other classes by using extend keyword.
Yes.
Okay, just suppose you have ID. Suppose you want to create ID for 10 tables by using Hibernate.
Okay.
So, you every time you write entity class and you define the ID long or something. Okay. So here don't need to be write ID, just you extend to abstract class. Inside the abstract class you can write ID. Okay, that
Okay.
ID
And
you can use the annotation and type like the sequence, what type of database you are using, based on you can generate
yes.
generator type, that all things you can define. So once this you will call, whenever that entity will call, so that ID will automatically
We use
come into
in
the
the
child class. So
side class.
child class will create ID against the table by using abstract class.
Okay. Great.
This
And
is the
and
right answer. This is the real time answer.
okay.
Okay?
Okay. And interface we can't do that. Means can we not? Uh, I'm asking actually.
Interface why we are using? Suppose we have five interface. The objective of making five interface is different. Okay. So we have some different method. But some business scenario, team is telling you can use this interface for implementing in this class. Why need to be call? Why need to be write another interface and write the same method overriding or something? Suppose
Okay.
you have got the structure of application,
Hmm.
one team have creating the interface based on the requirement. Okay,
So
this
we can just
method
import
need
it.
to be do.
We can implement it and use it all
So
other.
suppose in one class required two interface implementing. One another class have one interface required to implement, and third class have three interface required to implement as per the business scenario.
Hmm.
So that's why we are using interface. That is only difference. Because of these features we cannot come through the abstract class. Okay.
Okay. And we can use we can also implement multiple interfaces, but not the class type,
You
not
can
multiple stuff.
use the implement keyword. You
Yes.
write the 100 interface in the same class.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
That I remembered because
Okay. So that's why I'm asking this simple question to you.
thanks.
So, but no problem. Uh, you know overriding, overloading.
Yes, yes.
So what is overriding? What is overloading? What is runtime polymorphism? What is compile time polymorphism?
So overloading method overloading is basically when we define multiple methods using the same name. They have same name,
Mm-hmm.
but the parameters and definitions are different.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yes. And
So as per your definition, main method can be overload.
main method can be overloaded. Uh,
You
I
still
haven't
maybe.
tried it actually, but
So why you confused? If you are giving the definition of overloading, so why you confused?
I think yeah, main method can be overloaded
Why?
because yeah, we can write main method, but the parameters can be different
Yes.
and definitions can be
So why
different.
you taking time? Just you give the prompt answer.
Sir, actually, I have not overloaded the main method yet,
No,
but I will
but
write. I will.
your definition concept wise you clear, you can give the answer just immediately. Means methods signature should be same, input parameter should be different. That is the
Yes,
overloading.
yes, yes. And
So
return type can also be different. So
any
that is
type
all.
of method you can overload in same class, which is
Yes,
important method. Hmm.
yes, yes.
Suppose you have in servlet, init, service, and destroy method. You know
Actually, I mean,
that also can be overloaded. You can pass the different parameter. Don't pass HTTP request. You pass int b can be overloaded. Any type method b can be overloaded in any class.
yeah.
Hmm? So overriding. Can you give the answer about the overriding?
Just give me 1 minute. Please let me check. Uh, so overriding is when uh, we uh, the when we export when we uh, extend a class
Mm-hmm.
and the child class have the same method as the parent class.
Mm-hmm.
So when we are calling that method with the name from the child class, then system has to define which particular method has to be called, I mean the child class one or the parent class one.
Mm-hmm.
And and to handle this we use super keyword uh, and also yeah, I mean that is the definition of overriding, I believe.
No, overriding means that is the different thing. Overriding means you want to override method. Override means you have parent class method, same method you can override in drive class method. Calling
Yeah,
is
in
a
the child
different
class.
calling is a different thing. If I'm asking how, suppose I created the object of b dot this method. Suppose same method I'm calling. So which method will call?
Has to be called. Yes. Is
That
it the
is the
parent one
calling
or the child one?
mechanism. I'm asking about the polymer overriding. So suppose uh, we have a constructor. I just give have a class display. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Inside I have a public constructor display, and here I am printing SOP display
Okay.
and class just as a child display. The name of child class is a child display. Extend to display class.
Okay.
Here I have constructor child display
Child display. Okay.
and SOP I printing child display. Okay.
Yes.
I am creating the object of child display. Child display ch is equal to need
New child.
child display. So which constructor will call first?
Actually, the child constructor would be called first.
Why?
Uh, because the object is of the child method. I believe that would be the one would be
No.
called. for calling the
Child method first will initiate to the superclass, then will initiate to the child class.
child class. Okay.
So initiate means first will create the object of parent class, means that constructor will call first, then call constructor second,
Of the child.
child.
Okay. So the result would here would be parent display and then child display.
Hmm.
Okay.
This is the basic things I'm asking. I think you can read out the simple thing. Because of as per your experience, I'm asking very simple question, not going in deep. Right?
Yes, I understand that, but actually I
So,
have.
what is the difference between do while and while loop?
So the basic difference is in do while. eh, In do while we basically execute the do block first and then check the condition of while.
Hmm.
Whereas in while loop we first check the condition and then get into the task, means inside the bracket of what is to be done. Uh,
When we will use switch cases?
Switch cases can be used when we have some definite number of definite number of cases which can or possibility which can be found. Okay.
Okay,
Or
okay. So, you know what is difference between check the exception and uncheck the exception?
checked section and unchecked section.
Uncheck the exception.
Uh, can you are we saying section SECTION?
No, I am asking what is difference between checked exception and unchecked exception.
Assertion. Okay.
Exception.
Exception.
EXCP. Yeah.
Okay. Got that. Got that.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, so checked exception can be handled. We can use exception handling for the checked exception.
Hmm.
But for unchecked exception, we means uh, we basically can't apply uh, any error exception handling cases in that cases.
So, can you give the example of checked exception?
Checked exception like uh, one minute. Uh, checked exception can be like whenever the uh, a particular piece of code can return some uh, like XIR calculation. So we basically use try catch for handling exception, and there we have a particular case scenario of divide by zero. So whenever it is uh, we can we find that it can be the possibility where a number can be divided by zero. We can use try catch and handle it. Okay, but in a unchecked exception can be uh, some space issue or uh, like the memory out heap out of memory issue which we basically face uh, which I currently face on Node.js, and uh, we cannot prepare our system to handle those kinds of scenarios
Hmm.
that I can say that it is unchecked.
So, what is difference between hash table and hash map?
Has set and has map.
No. Hash table and hash map.
Hash table and hash map.
Hmm.
So hash map is uh, basically it's kind of JSON object notation in which there is a key value pair hash map. Okay, hello.
Please. Yes.
Okay, okay, and in hash table, uh, actually I haven't used it much, but I can tell you a bit about it. Uh,
Hmm.
In hash table, we basically store the data in form of uh, multiple records in what uh, for one particular row. Uh, how can I say that?
Okay. Can you write the program how to find the highest number from array
Number from array
from Java
from a,
by Java program?
uh, oh, okay, sure. What can I try to